Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I wanted to give another special thanks and shout out to all the members of our channel. Our members are Jfish, ABT, Magnus Nelson, Frankie Superdude, Gatasushia, Cubbed Up, Jimmy C, Firedog Entertainment, Mikey, St. Louis Cardinals 1984, Rude Boy, The Boys of Summer, Eric Devine, Hayden Yao, Steve Drabeck, Lance Blair, Red XUS, Kyle, AOI, Superpat the Boss, Akrombic, Ichi, Matt Goody, Eric Douglas, Geoffrey Iverson, Vinicius Steiger, Spooky, and Matt Vibiral. Sorry if I pronounced that last one wrong. I'm pretty sure I said it right, but Matt Vibiral. I'll say it that way. Anyways, thank you to all you members out there for supporting the channel, and we are doing another member showcase today. If any of you members do want your team to be showcased on the channel, please leave a message or leave a comment down below with your team name requesting to be showcased, and send me a friend request to my main channel, or sorry, my main account. Sorry, getting my terminology mixed up. Send a friend request to my main account, 2018 Fireballs in game. I'll get to your team as soon as possible. I have a list and a couple more people are on the waiting list, so just in a few more videos, guys, your team will be shown if you've requested. And if you haven't seen your team and you need to bring it to my attention, please leave a comment down below letting me know and reminding me. And forgive me if I missed your team, but please remind me if I did. Alright, well, today's team belongs to Cubbed Up, and it's kind of appropriate because he has the exact same name as his YouTube name, so not very hard to distinguish his team from his channel, which is pretty cool. He has a Cubs deck, 130.1 overall, very nice Cubs team, a lot of old cards, which I'm looking forward to looking at because I don't see a lot of these cards often anymore. And with this team, I'm going to do little critiquing, as little as possible, because I saw some of his cards. They are very well developed, and I might just say a few things here and there. But starting with the batting order, here we have Ben Zobrist from 2016. I wish Zobrist was still in the game. He wouldn't benefit any of my teams, but I just love Zobrist as a player. His card right here from 2016 is his best overall year with the Cubs. I know his last year was 2018 with them. He still had a good year that year, I think like a 68 base or something, but this one is his best overall by far. High base eye would be good for prediction, but excellent train, only 10 to the right side, which is nuts, and a 333 Pioneer skill set with Charisma Spotlight. Can't get much better than that. Guess hitter's not the best diamond trainer, but hey, Ben Zobrist, retired card, great train, great skills. What a better way to start off your batting order than with that Ben Zobrist. Chipper Jones, 1999. This is a legend card. I think it's the best third base legend in the game, if I'm not mistaken. 17 to the right side, a little bit high, but third baseman, he would need a little bit more to fielding. Not as much to speed, but still a great train overall. That fielding is much needed. Home run hitter, good diamond trainer, 333 bad ball hitter, charisma, and barrel it up. Looks like he meets the barrel it up bonus as well. So this team, or this card in general, is honestly set to go. Great Chipper Jones third base card here. No critiques really, except maybe just that little bit of speed to go to more fielding or more hitting stats. Next, we have a Wilkins 93. Rick Wilkins, one of the newer cards for the Cubs. He got added a little while ago, but this was a much needed catcher card for the Cubs. 72 base overall. Wilson Contreras was the only good catcher before Wilkins, and Wilkins, I know he's DHing in your lineup, but a great hitting catcher is an excellent thing to have. Looks like he went for a 5-tool player train. He has a hitting expert, special diamond trainer, increases hit timing. Percentages look really good on that. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the position bonus, but that's okay. Hard hitter, 5-tool player, and slugger instinct. So you do have 5-tool player. Great 5-tool train. I don't know exactly how much you hit. It looks like you hit a 92 bonus with the train, so that's excellent. 92 is great. Anything above 90, honestly, you're set to go with any card. And Rick Williams here, beautiful. You base stat adjusted to power, and getting that bonus, I would assume his stats get up to around 160, 170 across all things, including fielding, which is not as important on a DH because DHs don't play the field, but for the hitting stats, very much important, and very important for slugger instinct as well, since slugger instinct works best when all the stats are as close as possible, especially power, eye, and contact. Great third hitter in your lineup. Fourth is Anthony Rizzo from 2014, who is no longer in the game. I don't think he's officially retired, but he's not playing on the Yankees right now. I'm not sure if he's injured, guys. If any of you know Yankees teams, Yankees fans, please let me know what's up with Anthony Rizzo. I actually don't know what he's been up to lately. or he might be a free agent. I could be wrong. 13 to the right side. Great train here. Another diamond trainer, leading hitter. Another good percentage trainer. Not the best trainer, but still good percentages. And that's sometimes what really counts. And 13 to the right side, like I said, 19 to power, base stat adjusted from speed. Nice that you did that because speed doesn't really do much for a first baseman. And then a 3-3-2 pioneer, spotlight, and charisma. Same thing as Zobrist, just one level lower. Honestly, another dream set right here. Dream train. No critiques, really. And then fifth in the lineup, Dave Kingman, 1979 right here. A little bit heavier to the right side train. He's a left fielder, so I could see you, I could understand having more speed on him. You base stat adjusted from power to fielding. Yeah, he has a lot of power. Unless you have hard hitter, you're probably not going to want that much power and more to fielding. So he has Born to be a Star, and he has spray hitter with barrel it up. A little bit lower levels, but still high levels. That'll work. And you base stat adjusted to fielding. I assume it's because he's in the outfield, and I know you probably do know what you're doing with this. He has a line drive machine, and this is a good diamond trainer. So I would definitely keep this diamond trainer on him, especially with the position option bonus being hit and decent percentages. And the skill set is great. Spray hitter at level 8. Nice to have a variety in skills. And the train overall, you don't need a lot of power. The train to eye is good. You do get more to contact with your trainers as well. And with the extra added speed and field, I would assume he does well in the field also. So if this were a few years ago, I would definitely suggest a retrain to the left side. But because he's playing outfield and he has lower speed and lower fielding, and he has great hitting stats already, I can understand this more balanced out train. And you can always, you know, add trainers if you want to increase his hitting stats, or decide to change his skills to try and get a 3-3-3 and go for perfect on him, or a 3-3-2 and go for better. But love this card here. Great skill set. Also love to see that you don't have too many repeating skills. You have hard hitter, you have bad ball hitter, you have a couple pioneers, and then you have Born to be a Star. It's good to have a variety of legend skills in your lineup. Next is Lou Boudreau. I also have this card on my Red Sox team. He gets the position option with hitting expert for shortstop. And looking at the train here, I looked at this card before I made this video, and I saw that you went for high fielding, and I was like, why on earth did you go for high fielding? And I could totally understand why. He is a shortstop. He could use that fielding, but also you have some ground baller skill sets in your pitchers, which we'll look at in a little bit. Only 1 to speed is actually pretty cool. He doesn't need speed, but having a lot of that fielding, especially for a non-signature team card, or non-signature legend. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, shortcutting. He's not gonna get the sig bonus for this team because he's not a signature, and you do need that extra added fielding. He only hits 128 fielding as a shortstop, so he would honestly hurt you if you didn't get that much fielding to him. You did put all your trainers, though, I see, into power, eye, and contact, which is trying to balance out, you know, the lost signature bonus that you're not getting with him. So I totally understand this train. Pioneer, charisma, and batting machine. Batting machine a decent third. Could do better, but batting machine should do fine. And with his hitting stats, you know, he's a legend. He's gonna have struggles, especially since only Pioneer is increasing his stats. I assume he still does well, though, because he's a diamond trainer. He has good fielding, and he'll help out your pitching with the high fielding train. For those cards at least that have ground baller. Albert Almora Jr., a card that I have not seen in ages here. I totally forgot he had a sig for this year. Only a 65 base. Was kind of in that era of MLB 9 innings back in 2018 when they gave cards signatures that you really just like, did they really deserve a sig? Albert Almora here, 286 average, 5 home runs. Decent year, but sig worthy. It's up for debate. Born to be a Star, spotlight, slugger instinct. Slugger instinct should work well on him since his power and eye are pretty close to each other. You did get a little bit of a heavier to the right side train. He plays outfield, so I can understand having more speed on him is good. You base that just from field to eye as well. And his fielding is okay as an outfielder. And right field, honestly, is the least important outfield position for fielding. You do want to get more speed, though, so I can understand getting 12 to speed. All the base stat, all the special training goes to power, eye, and some to speed. Would like to see that go to contact instead, but being a little nitpicky here, I would personally retrain it for the contact, but he does need that good power and eye whenever you have the resources to do so. And then he has leading hitter with a position option for left field. It doesn't hit the position option, but this has also good percentages, 15%. I think 15% is the max on any diamond special trainer for percentage increase. So this is a really good trainer. It's unfortunate you don't hit the position option. You could with Kingman, but Kingman already has line drive machine. So keeping it on Almora for now, unless you get a position option change, I would do that. So excellent Almora, a little bit high to the left or speed. I would go for more contact, but his base contact balances it out. So really just nitpicking on that one, but still a great card. Kyle Schwarber right here, 10 to the right side train. Beautiful, beautiful card. He's a center fielder. Having this card at center field, actually, I probably would move Kingman or Almora to center instead of Schwarber because he has the weakest speed. He has a good amount of fielding, but I think you're better off having Almora or Kingman in center, especially Kingman since he has the better stats for fielding. I would swap Kingman out for... I would move... So what I would do is I would move Schwarber to right field since he's the worst fielder, move Almora to left field, and Kingman to center field since Kingman has the best overall speed and fielding for outfielders. So that's just that's what I would do if I were you. But this is a great hitting card. Don't get me wrong. Great hitting card here. Base stat adjusted from eye to power. He has Slugger Instinct, 5-tool, bad ball hitter. With this, I would personally just take off the base stat adjust because that eye is going to hurt him. He's going to swing and miss a lot more. And yeah, plus with 10 more to power than contact, you're already 30, almost over 20 under that threshold for Slugger Instinct becoming a liability more than a help. So I would personally base that adjust back to eye or to contact. That way the effect on Schwarber with Slugger Instinct level 8 is not as severe. Good skill set too, bad ball hitter, 5-tool slugger. 5-tool, you're not really going to hit the bonus with him, so it's good to have just as a third. You may want to change it in the future, but good for now. No special trainers on him. I did notice that not Chris Bryant, but Ian Happ has a special trainer on him. I was going to say, if you move any of these other cards to center field, you could use this on a center fielder instead. I know it's guest hitter, not the greatest percentages, but you could experiment with that, just putting it out there. All right, final batter in the batting order, we have Wilson Contreras 2017, high fielding train, just what you need for a catcher. Honestly, you could go for more because he's got 59 base field. I would go for more than 20, but that's something you can do later down the line. Let me know if you got this skill set from the event that happened last year where you could pick skills for a certain card, because I know I did this on some of my catchers for my teams, Mariners and Dodgers particularly, but I got a 3-3 skill set with 5-tool, laser beam, and then like spotlight or something. Here you have laser beam, 5-tool, and slugger instinct. Excellent skill set here. Great job maxing out laser beam at level 8, and only thing better would be a legend skill set, so I would just suggest a higher fielding train for him and a legend skill set in the future. I know this is a 3-3-3. This is one of the best, if not the best, you can do without having a legend skill, so I can understand it being hard to find a replacement for this, and using resources, you probably have other cards that you're working on right now. Let's just briefly look at the bench here with Javi Baez, 2018 Prime. Nice card overall. A lot of good trainers on him as well. Charisma Spotlight. You have a rookie Chris Bryant right here from 2015. Kind of sucks that you don't have the 2016 one, which is the best overall. But you have Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones is a great third baseman. Having Chris Bryant 15 is really nice. Regardless, batter's chemistry right here on him as well. Good thing you got batter's chemistry and a nice 11 to the right side train. Ian Happ, like we looked at a little earlier on the bench here, 17 to the right side. Still a nice train with a nice skill set here. Pioneer, Spotlight, and Slugger. Then we have Matt Bush here. Or sorry, Michael Bush, just a random card. I think you're doing the Crisis for your mentor levels, so I believe your bench does line up with Crisis. Yes, it appears it does, so that's probably the reason why you have a normal Michael Bush, and he's a black diamond. He's not a bad card, don't get me wrong, but I can assume why he there was a theme of all special cards in your bench, and I assumed you had him there for Crisis. And then Paul Molitor here with a bad ball hitter, Spotlight, barrel it up skill set. Only thing about the bench is I would eventually get pitcher's or batter's chemistry on Molitor just to get that added extra bonus to make your team that much better. Having it on Bryant is good, but you do get an extra added bonus if you get pitcher's or batter's chem on a legend card. And the same thing goes for pitchers. If you get pitcher's chemistry on a legend, you will get an extra added bonus to your pitchers if you have it on a legend. All right, now let's get into the starting rotation here. I see you have John Lester, retired Sig. Wish John Lester were still in the game. He was on the Red Sox and had a few good Red Sox cards, but let's hop into this. Jake Arrieta, 2014, 7 to stamina train. Very nice train. Corner work master. Arguably the second best diamond trainer you can get next to overwhelming pressure. This is really good, and a train is nice. A little bit low to the right side, could go for more velocity and location, but that's just being nitpicky. And then the skill set, fireballer, boss, and ace. He should perform phenomenally. I mean, I don't know what else to say. This is a 3-3-3. You didn't go boss maxed out, but honestly, you can't go wrong with ace or boss. One or the other is gonna perform well. And it's his 14 sig, which you kind of wish it was 15, but you know, you take what you get, and it's still a great card. 73 base is ace level card. Kyle Hendricks, 2016 here, also 73 base overall, 5 is stamina, even better train. And then the Diamond Trainer is Deception Specialist. Good percentages, not as good as Corner Work Master or Overwhelming Pressure, but still good percentages. You get all the bonuses on him as well, which is nice. And looking at the skill set, Finesse Pitcher, Dominant Pitcher, Control Master. You went with maxing out Dom and Control Master, Finesse, and Dom. The thing with Finesse and Dom is they don't work well together. Control Master will work well, but if I were you, I would blue off for Dom. Get rid of Dom, max out Finesse, and try to look for a different third. Look for Boss and, you know, something else besides Dominant Pitcher. But if it works well for you, I mean, I don't know. Some things can happen, and I think Finesse and Dom don't work well together. That's what most people have said. But if I were you, I would look for something else because they just don't work well together. And from everybody else's experience, that's what they said. If it works well for you and you think you're fine, that's, you know, you can do it. But I would personally take away Dom and I would max out Finesse and then look for something else. For some reason, Dom and Finesse don't work well together in endgame situations, and it looks like your team is very close to endgame, so I would get rid of that as soon as possible. But still, great Kyle Hendricks card. Kerry Wood 03, yet another 73 base overall starting pitcher. Wish the Red Sox had this good starting pitching. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Anyway, sorry for my complaint. Dr. K with a position option and decent percentages. Dr. K is not the greatest, but still Diamond Trainer should perform well. Slow starter Dom and Boss, high level legend skill set. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And you got high left side. He already has 164 velocity with trainers and everything. With his skill set and Dom, I would assume this almost breaks 200, if not hits 200. Beautiful Kerry Wood sig. And then fourth, John Lester here, 72 base card, so not a 73, but still very, very good. 72, 6 stamina, 16 velocity, 13 location. Good to the right side as well. Slow starter, Boss, and Dom. Good job shorting slow starter here, maxing out Boss and Dom. One level lower than Kerry Wood, but should still perform excellently. A lot of velocity on the trainers as well. And you do have overwhelming pressure with this gold trainer. The best gold trainer you can possibly get. Number 5 in your starting rotation is Greg Maddux, and he's a supreme card here. You have Fireballer, Boss, and Finesse Pitcher. Train maxed at level 30, only 8 to stamina. Crazy, crazy train. I don't know how people get less than 10 to stamina through level 30. I've never had a Supreme to do it on, but I could imagine it's pretty hard to get, unless you have a lot of resources, which it seems like you would. Overwhelming pressure as well. No critiques, really. No critiques at all. Perfect Greg Maddux card here. And you base that adjusted to break. His break is a little bit low, but with all this, I mean, he's set to go. I mean, you can only be so picky, but great starting rotation. Love it. Then the bullpen here, Aroldis Chapman, 2016, Diamond Trainer, nasty pitch. Amazing percentages. Hits the position option bonus, gets the sub option. Beautiful. 7 to stamina. Amazing train. Fireballer, Mess, Ground Baller, and this is where the Ground Baller comes into effect. That train on the shortstop will help out, as well as your train on the catcher. I know your infielders didn't have the greatest, so this should still do well as a third. Mess as a second, though, let me know how that does for you. It's not ideal to have base runners, and especially when it decreases the stamina, and relief pitchers don't have a lot of stamina. I would personally blue this if I had your team, or I would even green this, since Ground Baller is a decent third, but let me know how Clean Up Your Mess does. I assume you know what you're doing, so cool skill set here, good to experiment with. Next up, we have Goose Gossage here, Fireballer, Boss, and Finesse. Excellent endgame skill set. 7 to stamina. Another overwhelming pressure trainer as well. Almost perfect card here. I don't know what to say. There's nothing to critique, really. Great card. Next is Hector Rondon from 2015. Hector Rondon's a name I have not seen or heard in a long time. Yet again, overwhelming pressure. It's a good position option for starting pitcher, but I mean, you have so many already. It doesn't make a difference at this point. 7 stamina again, a little bit high to the right side, still get the left side with the special training and good trainers as well. Then the skill set is Control Master, Boss, Finesse. Endgame skills, beautiful card. I have no critiques at all. Next is Wade Davis in the middle relief role, 11 to stamina, high stamina train. Interesting decision to do that. You do have rising fastball specialist, so no more overwhelming pressure. The streak ends. Still decent special trainer. Let me know why you went with 11 to stamina. You have Iron Will, Dominant Pitcher, and Fixer. So I know you're looking for a legend skill set on this, but yeah, definitely work on getting a different skill set, and you're probably going to retrain him in the future anyway, I assume. So I'm not going to critique this card. It's just, you know, kind of interesting. You're probably in development right now with him. And then Lee Smith, who's another great SIG card for the Cubs. 7 to stamina. Again, very consistent with 7 or less to stamina. I love to see that. Bat breaker, not the greatest, but you do get a position option there, so that's cool. And then a ground baller, finesse pitcher, and fixer. Ground baller maxed at level 8 there. That's a good experimental thing to do. Especially since he's middle relief, he's not going to be coming into any vital positions really to help your team win. So ground ball at level 8 should do okay in the middle relief role. Great train. Would like to see a legend skill set eventually, but that can come later down the line. Finesse pitcher fixer should do excellent as well in the middle relief. No critiques really. You just got to get that legend skill set eventually, but the skill set for now is amazing. And then finally, for the long relief, we have Carl Edwards Jr., another card that I have not seen in a little bit. He's been in and out of the game in the last like 2 or 3 years, but I think he's like done. I don't think he's going to pitch another major league game. He's not retired yet, but I don't think he's going to make it back. 3 to stamina, first time I've seen anything less than 5, I think. 3 to stamina is amazing. Very balanced out train overall, and then the skill set Iron Will with pitcher's chemistry. You could base stat adjust for more fastball, just in case he comes into a game and, you know, Iron Will takes that effect, so you may want to increase his fastball with a base stat adjust if you have a spare one to use. And then finally, Bruce Sutter as your closer, legend. Dr. K right here doesn't hit the position option, but decent. It's all right. And then 5 to stamina on the train, 17 to velocity, the power equivalent for a pitcher, 16 to location, 10 to fastball, and 9 to break. Break kind of low. You could use some trainers to get that break up. And the train to the left side though is excellent. 32 is really, really good. And then bullpen day boss Dom. Perfect. Only thing better, maybe elite closer, but I've heard elite closer isn't that great. So this should do excellent anyway. And that is the team. Cubbed Up, thank you so much for letting me review your team overall. Let me know where this game finishes in power ranking. I'd assume it's top 300, top 200. It's not power ranking, obviously, because there's no stars, but you're very close. And if you can get a little bit of the things adjusted, get pitcher's chemistry on a legend card, maybe on Goose Gossage, get batter's chemistry on Molitor, and then kind of finalize your skill sets, get a little bit higher skill sets. This team is very close to, I would think at least, very close to performing at the top 50. But that's just my assumption. Thank you again, Cubbed Up. And members, if you do want your team to be showcased, please don't forget to leave a comment down below with your team name requesting to be showcased and sending a friend request to my main team 2018 Fireballs. But again, Cubbed Up, thank you so much for letting me review your team. And with all that said now, let's get into what we have for today's video. Level 1. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. 2018 Fireballs here, back with another MLB 9 Innings 25 video. Today we're on a Rockies team, and I've never done a Rockies team on my channel before. I might make one in the future for next year or something, depending on what you guys decide, but thanks to my guy Mode on Discord, he's graciously allowed me to use his Rockies team today, and I'm actually pretty excited. I've never really gotten to get my hands on Rockies teams or a Rockies team in general, but let's look at his team and see what he's got, what he's working with. He has a grade increase, I know that, so we'll be grade increasing one of his cards. Let's look at the most important cards on the team though. First off, this Charlie Blackmon here, who's no longer in the game. Just love to see it. 69 base overall. I think 2017 was his best year at like a 72 base, but this one's not bad either. Still a good hitting card, and even though it was a shortened season, I think Charlie Blackmon at one point in this year was hitting over 400, which was kind of insane, especially since he was a little bit older at that point. And Dante Bichette here, 1995, is also a signature. He's a vintage as well, has a really nice train, and then a decent skill set. No third skill, but born to be a star, barrel it up, not bad. And then Ellis Burks here in the outfield. So his outfield is full of all signatures. This one is a nice card. Looks like it's a 5-tool train, and he does have Pioneer with 5 tools. So a nice skill set, Master Base Thief, decent third. Not the greatest though, since he base stat adjusted away from the speed. And then the pitching staff, pitching for the Rockies is going to be the hardest thing. And as you guys can see, he has not a lot of great pitching. Kyle Freeland here is his best card. We'll probably be special training him, Fireballer, Ace, and Ground Baller, and he's got Deception Specialist, which is not really a good legend, or not legend, but a diamond trainer. It's not the best. And then Ubaldo Jimenez here, who's the highest base overall starting pitcher for them at a 72. Yeah, that's not great. 3D stamina train though with Workhorse and Boss. Does decently, I guess, for him, but that stamina is a little bit low for the liking of Workhorse. But Boss is good. Could use a third skill though. And then the special trainer overwhelming pressure, decent, but yeah, pitching rotation in general is rough. He has a couple primes in the bullpen, and then Bestier Adam Ottavino right here in his closing spot with 3-3 finesse, Boss, and closer, elite closer with corner work master, which is actually pretty decent. So some good things about this team, but a lot of other things just need a lot of work. He has a Chipper Jones legend waiting for the grade increase. I won't be grade increasing Chipper because he does need pitching, and we have a good inventory, which I'll show in just a second. He also has DJ LeMahieu, which would also go in to replace Eric Young here if I did grade increase him, but I'm not going to do LeMahieu either because he needs better pitching. This LeMahieu is the second best LeMahieu, so he technically could get the best LeMahieu, which is 2016 LeMahieu, which is a 72 base. This one's only a 70 overall, but if we do end up getting him today, we'll see. I don't know if we have a mileage sig. Let me just check if we have we do have the special shop signature. We don't have a mileage sig, so we'll be doing the special signature or the signature player pack in the item shop. This is the inventory though. 8 sig player packs, team selective diamonds, diamond player selectives. He has 1 grade increase. And then before we get into what we're going to do with opening packs, let's look at the other special cards he has to grade increase, to possibly grade increase. He has Nolan Jones right here, which has a really solid left side train, 20 to power and 12 to eye, 11 to contact. He had a good year this year. I think that he broke out this year with that 2020 season. He would go in to replace Brenton Doyle, but I wouldn't be grade increasing him. On the pitching side, he has a couple SIGs that we'll be using for combos, and then the main man that I'm looking to grade increase, and it may be controversial because he's not the best legend, but just for the sake of Rockies pitching, I'm probably going to grade increase Luis Tiant if we don't get a signature Rockies pitcher that's better than him. And there are not a lot of Rockies pitchers that are as good as Luis Tiant, and that's saying something about Rockies pitching in this game. It is worst, the absolute worst in the game. But if we don't get anything out of the SIG player packs or the prime player packs that's better, as far as Rockies go, Tiant is getting the grade increase. But enough of dilly-dallying. We've seen everything that he has that's good. Let's get into the packs here. And for Rockies team, you know, you can't really expect the best, man. And I've never made a Rockies team, but I would have to assume that building this team is a struggle. And I know I was saying that when I first made my Diamondbacks team. It was pretty hard getting some cards, but I've gotten quite the amount of batters now, and in my last Diamondbacks video that you guys have probably seen already, I got David Peralta upgraded to Black Diamond. I have Reggie Sanders, I have Ketel Marte. That team is looking solid, and the pitching is kind of weak, you know, not the greatest, but it can still be manageable because you got guys like Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, you got Daniel Hudson, who I have, who's retired now. You got Robbie Ray. So there's players on the Diamondbacks that are still in this game that are good. For the Rockies though, you got Ubaldo Jimenez and Herman Marquez, and that's pretty much it. We get our first vintage here, Jay Buhner. That's a nice pull, not a Rocky though. I think we'll do 30 more of these premium player packs. Boom, first diamond. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, Rockies pitching is just like, you can't get any good pitching. You can't even blame Com to us because honestly, the Rockies have never had a Cy Young caliber pitcher besides Kyle Freeland and Ubaldo Jimenez, but those guys are 1 in a million chances. The pitching in Colorado is just like, you don't do it there. You don't pitch well in Colorado. It's just not a thing unless you're Ubaldo Jimenez or Kyle Freeland for 1 year. There's a nice Tyler O'Neill, 66 base, good hitting stats as far as contact and eye, but contact power. The eye is not there though. He had a breakout season that year. Tyler O'Neill now playing for the Orioles, I believe, but the Orioles are in the tanks. We're gonna skim over the premium pitcher and batter packs simply because there's so many of those. Let's do the premium vintage player packs, 7 of them. The Rockies don't have any legends either, which makes it 10 times harder to get a team legend or want to make a Rockies team. We don't get a legend here. Any Rockies though? No. We get a couple of Giants. We get a Craig Biggio, which I would love to have on my Astros team, but hopefully we can get that sometime. 3 Giants in. Actually, I stand corrected. We got 3 different ones too, which is kind of crazy. All right, now let's do the team selective packs, and we're going Rockies. Upgrade material or, you know, a prime would be nice. Like, you don't really expect much from these packs because there's not really that many good players. Hammond's right there. That's a good card. The batting for the Rockies is not bad, I will say that, but just the pitching is what really downs this team so much. Jose Iglesias 2022, forgot he played on the Rockies almost, and then a Toglia from last year, who he does have as a black diamond on this team. All right, last two right here. Let's see what we get. If we do get a starting pitcher out of the signature player packs, I'm hoping it's German Marquez or Kyle Freeland. Ubaldo Jimenez too, because those are the top three best. And they're 71 and 72 base overalls, which is not high, but I mean, German Marquez would be the most ideal, just simply because he's the normal diamond or normal black diamond in the lineup, and the other two are primes. We're having great luck right now. 0 diamonds out of the first 10 ultimates. This is off to a really bad oh my goodness. 20 golds out of 20 ultimates. I don't know if I've done that in a hot minute, and I don't think any Rockies were in those either. I hope this means we're getting something from a sig player pack. Finally, diamonds out of the ultimates. And 3 of them. All right, kind of makes up for those terrible 20. Any Rockies? No, but we get a vintage. All right, okay, that's nice. We get a Floyd Humans, or a Floyd Humans, yep, from 1986 for the Nationals. I could use that on my Nationals team, but hey, that's a solid pull. Kirby Yates from 2023, not the greatest, and then a Sulcer from 2022 with the Marlins. Don't remember him being on there, but nice Humans right there. Last 7, no diamonds. All right, so 3 out of 37. It is what it is. Those first 20 were rough though, and I don't think we saw any Rockies out of that, by the way, so that's kind of tragic. Let's do the ultimate team selectives here. 6 of these are going Rockies again. Can we get anything good? We get a diamond at least. Okay, that's nice. 2 diamonds in fact. All right, makes up a little bit for those bad ultimates. We get 19 Trevor Story. Unfortunately, I think he has an 18 in the lineup. That's great, but that's a nice Houston Street, one of the few good relief pitchers for the Rockies. Not sure if my guy mode has Houston Street. He doesn't have a prime, but he has a sig. Let me just double check on that. I think that's an upgrade for him. I didn't expect to get a bullpen upgrade, but yeah, that is an upgrade for him. I don't think he has a diamond Houston Street. Looking at his backup players, no, he does not. So, well, that's a nice upgrade for my guy mode. Houston Street will lock that up for sure. Not a bad grade increase, just needs some skills. And I think he's probably going to go to replace Estevez or Black. I think Black for sure. Black is not good. He's not in the game anymore. Had a bad year in 2022. So nice, solid upgrade. Bullpen, hey, at least gets a little bit of help. And if nothing else from this video, we can say we got Houston Street. So that's a solid pull. All right, let's move on with the packs. We have 30 more spots. I think we have enough room for these last teams like Diamonds and Diamond Selectives. Will probably have to make room for the signatures. But let's do all the Diamond Player Selectives here. Can we get any Legends, any more Rockies here? Houston Street, I wasn't expecting that. There's like Tommy Kahnle. He's not a good relief pitcher though. I'll just take him anyway since he's a Rocky. Kahnle started out with the Rockies actually. I think he's back playing for the Yankees in this season. No Rockies out of this next set of diamonds. All right, next set right here. Okay, actually, well, 3 Rockies out of this. That is nice. Jason Jennings from 06. Not sure if that's going to make the lineup. John Gray 18. I don't remember which year is best. Guys, give me a second. I'm gonna fast forward. I gotta check my phone to see which Rockies pitcher is better. Okay guys, so after consulting the collection on my phone, I have decided that Jason Jennings would be the best pick. This is actually not John Gray's best year. He has better years in 2016 and 2019 at a 70 base overall. So I'm just going to take the Jennings simply because he has only 1 year and this is his best year, even though he has 1 year with the Rockies. Solid there though. We saw more than 1 Rocky, which was something I didn't expect. Jeff Hoffman, 17. Starting pitcher, that's not one we're going to take. Not good enough to make the rotation at a 65 base. Nice Nolan Arenado, though. He has a Nolan Arenado prime in his lineup, but I will take that, and that can be used for upgrade material or mentor material. So we're getting good luck out of these. All right, I thought the luck was not there out of the first ultimates, but it's starting to heat up again. Nothing out of this next set of diamonds, though. And the last set, and we don't get anything, but that's all right. We'll take the Steven Strasburg right there. Good mentor material. All right, team select the diamond player packs. We may just have enough room. All right, all Rockies. Let's see this. Can we get another prime? Can we get a Rockies? I don't even know. Can we just get a good Rocky? Whoever you are, wherever you may be. Good Trevor Story, another 674 base Trevor Story right there. Nolan Jones 24, another 2019 Trevor Story, 2014 Tommy Kahnle, not bad there, 64 base though. Good Feltner from last year. I think he has a SIG for that year, from last year. And then Kinley, who's a 65 base relief pitcher. I think he may have him as his closing pitcher though. I forget. I have to double check that. Best year Auto Veto again, but he already has Auto Veto. That Kinley may be an upgrade though. I have to double check on that. Let's do the last 6 here. See if we can get any purple glow. And no purple glow. All right, that's unfortunate. Can we get one more upgrade here? Let's see it. We get a Kyle Freeland 17. That's not his best year. Another Houston Street. So if we didn't get that Street from the other Ultimate Pack, we would have gotten him here. That's nice. Hammonds, that's a nice upgrade. 71 base, left field, right field. Unfortunately, though, the outfield's full of SIGs. So if anything, that would be DHing, but I don't know if it's going to replace Brendan Doyle. And nothing else really good out of here. Senzatella for 2020. That's actually his best overall year. I was just checking him. This is his best overall season at a 69 base. So that could go in the rotation maybe, but not likely. Okay, let's check on his bullpen again. I need to just double check if that Kinley is better. And if he does have Kinley. No, he doesn't have Kinley. So let's lock up the Kinley. And a 65 base relief pitcher. That's going to be an upgrade over Estevez at only a 63 base. So we got 2 bullpen upgrades in Kinley and Street. W's so far, 2 W's. And for any other team, that would not be a W, like especially the Dodgers, because the Dodgers have just so many good pitchers. But for the Rockies teams, this is a W. All right, signature player packs. We have 9 of them in total. Let's buy this one. Can we see a Rockies signature starting pitcher? That's what we're looking for. If we can get a bullpen piece, that would be nice as well, but I wouldn't grade increase it over Luis Tient. First card of the day is a Baltimore Orioles John Means. I've seen this card before. Terrible card art. Whoever took this picture, whoever chose this picture for his SIG card, fire them immediately. If I saw this and I were John Means, I'd be like, what the heck is the development team doing with my cards? Are they trying to make me look bad? He doesn't have his eyes open. And maybe it was just because it's 2020 and everything in 2020 was all messed up. I don't know. Sorry for my complaint about that card, but that's just the way I see it. 8 regular SIG player packs. We do have enough room. Let's do them all. Can we get a diamond? No, we don't. Okay, what do we got here? Golds and silvers, 2 golds, and 6 silvers. Let's do the golds first. Let's go out of order. Let's do a little unorthodox order here. Gold on the bottom right side is a Freddie Sanchez Pirates card, 3rd baseman. Yeah, I would use that. That's one of the best 3rd basemen for the Pirates, and it's a 1-year card too, man. Would love me some Freddie Sanchez on my Pirates team. Let's do the next gold here. Is it a Rocky? It is not. It's a Brian Dozier 17. Aces yet again with the Brian Dozier troll. It's one of his best years. I think he has 73 base for a couple of his cards. And I think 16 might be better, but 17 is still elite. My goodness. Sorry, Aces. Yet again, another troll. All right, let's do the silver in between the golds. We get a Brewers Willie Adames right there. 69 base shortstop for them. He's playing for the Giants now, so any Brewers teams out there, you'd probably want to get one of his SIGs. I think he has 2 or 3 with them from 2021 to 2024. All right, let's do the last bottom card on the left. It's a Jesse Winker 19, 65 base Jesse Winker. Decent hitting card, but not the greatest for the field. You may want to put him at DH if you're a Reds team if you get him. All right, let's do the top. Let's do the top right silver. We have a Braves Raisel Iglesias. That is the best Raisel Iglesias for the Braves. Closing pitcher. I believe this is the year they traded for him too. 67 base, everything above 70 except stamina. Lovely card. Next to Iglesias is a Logan Gilbreth. That is a 64 base relief pitcher though.
Boo! You suck!
Lucas Gilbreth, I stand corrected. Man, Rockies pitching, man. It's a W, but it's a new SIG that can go into the queue for grade increasing, but it's a win for a Rockies team. It's just not a lovely card to see. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is one of the best relief pitchers for the Rockies. I think the best base overall relief pitcher for the Rockies is like a 68, and that's Houston Street. So the ceiling is not high for a good Rockies reliever. Okay, we'll take it, but I mean, I was hoping we could get a starting pitcher. Rockies, that's all I can say. It's Rockies. All right, next card to the left, a Ryan Dempster 2008 card. This is a nice SIG for the Cubs. His only year with the Cubs in this game. And good choice for them. I think they made the playoffs this year as well. Good ERA, good record, and good strikeout total. Final sig to the left.
He's got the side. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball to second. Barnes to first. Ubaldo Jimenez has no-hit the Atlanta Braves. The first no-hitter in Rockies history.
Shut my mouth. Shut my mouth. I got put in my place there, man. That, if I am not mistaken, is the best Rockies starting pitcher. What on earth is that? We got 2 team SIGs out of 8 or 9 total SIG packs. And we got, I'm going to check the collection, but I'm pretty sure that Ubaldo Jimenez is the best Rockies starting pitcher. Holy cow. Let's go by signature and by ability. It is the only 72 base starting pitcher. Unfortunately, he has the prime already developed pretty well, but it's not maxed out. So this, I think, guys, we are going to grade increase. Why does the decision have to be hard? Tiant is good. Ubaldo Jimenez, I have to make a tough decision here. I anticipated this if I pulled him, but the decision, guys, is hard because the upgrade over the prime wouldn't be that significant. Just because they have the exact same stats, the prime does get an extra added bonus, but the SIG has a double bonus. But even then, it's the same card, so compared to putting Tiant in for Senzatella, I don't think it'd be justifiable to put Ubaldo Jimenez in at the current moment. But Tiant doesn't have great velocity. He will... so many factors that go into deciding whether or not he should go in for... or Ubaldo should go in for Ubaldo. You know what? I'm not gonna... I don't want to ruin My Guy Mode's decision here. This is a tough call to make, but he wanted me to do this for him and grade increase somebody. My Guy Mode, if you're watching this still, I am sorry. I'm not going to grade increase anybody. I just want to leave that up to you because this is not my team in the end, and I want to respect your decision. And even though you've wanted me to make the decision on who to grade increase, I'll let you decide what you think is best. Personally, I would do the Tiant, but you could go either way. I just don't feel comfortable grade increasing either of them, and I think we've gotten some good stuff already so far. Let's hang on. Let's lock up the other SIG before anything dumb happens. I may forget that we're on a Rockies team, and it's happened before where I've grade increased the wrong card. It's been years since that happened, but you know, I may end up doing that dumb thing again. Actually, before we do the SIG combos, can we intermediate grade increase anybody? Let me just double check if he has any of those resources. Yes, we can. Okay, let's speed up the video. I'm going to intermediate grade increase these guys, and then we'll do combos. Alright guys, last thing on the agenda, and I think we're going to call it a video. I was going to do some skilling, but the skills for the time being are pretty good on all his cards, and the resources that he has aren't sufficient enough to go through a card and I think successfully get a better skill set, so I'll let My Guy Mode do that on his own time on this team. But we're going to do these SIG combos to end off the video, and if we get like another relief pitcher or another starting pitcher, by the way guys, bullpen luck is back. It's back. We got the Kinley. I just realized that, even though we didn't get anything out of the Diamondbacks video from the last time. But anyways, let's finish off with SIG combos. Let's do Sanchez, Adames, and Dozier here. 3, 2, 1. Let's see it. Rocky. No, we had pretty close. That's a Darrell Evans. We got his vintage, and now we got his vintage SIG. Darrell Evans from the Giants in 1983. Cool card right there for Giants teams. All right, let's do Manaea and Evans, and you know what? Let's do an all AL West combo. Can we, or sorry, National League West combo? Can we get a National League West card here that's a Rocky Green, Evans, and Mania 321, we get a Giant back. So we do get another NL West team. Just not the one that this team should be. 74 base Rodon. That's one of the best. I think maybe the best starting pitcher for the Giants. Sorry, Giants teams. That's a good one. All right, we're down to our last few here. Winker, Iglesias, and Dempster. 3, 2, 1. We get a National Tim Raines. Would like that on my Nationals team. Another 74 base card. Man, great contact too. Oh man, this would be such a beautiful card for 5-tool player. That speed too is at 72 and only 69 field. That's a well-rounded card right there. Wish I had that on my Nats team. Okay, we're down to our last two combos here. Let's do the Sale, Perez, and Rodon. All three starting pitchers. Can we get another starting pitcher Rocky from this? 3, 2, 1. We get a Twins Carlos Correa. That is the best Carlos Correa for the Twins, I'm sure, at the current moment. Yeah, I think it probably is. 71 base, good power, eye, and contact, and good fielding for a shortstop. His best overall year. I think that's his prime year too. All right, okay. Actually, we have two more combos. I forgot the John Means, and you know what? Just because he's an ugly card, let's get rid of him. Canna, Means, and Schwarber. 3, 2, 1. We get... That's like the third time I've gotten that Chapman on separate teams in the span of like 5 videos. But I'm not going to show him off. You guys have seen him on my Rangers team already. Okay, last combo of the video. Can we end off with a Team Sig? We already got 2, so this would just be the cherry on top of the cake. 3, 2, 1. We got a Tiger. It's a Jack Morris from 1983. All right, 72 base overall. Good card, good starting pitcher. Sorry to you Tigers teams. I'm not going to be grade increasing anybody, even though as much as I want to do it, I want to leave the decision up to my guy mode and let him decide who he wants to take to Diamond. And I think it's got to be between these two for starting pitching. It's got to be the Tient or the Jimenez. And I don't know if this team is free to play. Let me know my guy mode, but I don't know that either. And I think you're pretty much asleep already by the time I'm recording this video. So I'm not gonna be able to wait that long for you to make a decision and let me do it. But thank you again, my guy mode, for letting me use your team, guys. Thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. If you do want me to do a video on your team, guys, I do have a criteria on my Discord server for you guys to have your team done in a video like this. So please follow up on me with Discord, send me a DM, go to my Discord server, link is in the description box down below, and maybe we can work something out. But again, thanks to my guy mode, we got him 2 new Team Sigs, one of them the best starting pitcher for the Rockies, which is incredible. And I know he's going to be super excited when he sees this in the morning or whenever this uploads. But again, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to check out my Instagram and my Reddit also in the description box. I post there frequently, and I know you guys would enjoy some more 9 Innings content. And also, feel free to check out the other MLB 9 Innings YouTubers in the description box. They make great videos, and a lot of them have been posting recently, and I know you guys would like to watch more 9 Innings, so please feel free to go ahead and check them out and subscribe to their channels as well. And with all that said and done, that's going to be it for me today. Have a great rest of your guys' day. God bless you all. Jesus loves you guys. He died for your sins, and if you believe on him, he'll save you. And with that said and done, I'll see you guys in the next video.